Welcome to Connected. I'm your host, DJ Iz. I'm here hanging with my lovely co-host, Miss Cloie. Say what up.
Hello. I am Cloie Wyatt Taylor.
Man.
It's Monday movement.
It's Monday movement. It's Monday grind. It's got jobs. It's connected. It's all of the above. And I'm super excited this week.
I know.
We had a lot happen last week.
Who is? I mean, we were like a boss in it. Everybody remembers my cup, right?
Like a boss. You know, just like all the moving pieces we had going on last week, which is incredible, which has brought us here to show 48, right? So the numbers keep climbing. And for those of you who are just tuning in, let me just say right off the cuff, right out the gate, this show is about jobs, all right? Also about mentoring, education, but, you know, for me mostly, and I know for you, Cloie, like at the end of the day, we want to push all of that, but we also want to provide a light at the end of the tunnel for these young creators, for these filmmakers, for these radio personalities, for these engineers, for these songwriters, for these producers, because, you know, we can pump as much information as we possibly can, but at the end of the day, if we don't have an outlet for them to exercise these experiences and this information, man, what good are we?
No good.
So
well,
we have a great accomplishment this morning, which is our Huffington Post that we just had happen this morning, and I'm excited about that. You know, I got a chance to read the article, and I think for us, Cloie, you know, what we've been doing every Monday, it's just a sign and a token of somewhat appreciation that what we're doing isn't in vain.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we make it a point to get here every Monday at 11 a.m. to announce jobs. You know, to take in resumes, to take in cover letters, sizzle reels, to get you all connected. You know what I'm saying? So, man, congrats to you, Cloie.
Congrats to you. It's grind. Look, jobs 301 to 310 because we give away 10 jobs.
It's 10 jobs.
Not 5.
Right.
Anymore. We've grown. Here's to growing into expansion. We're in a new beautiful space. Shout out to Abstract Studios.
Yep. Shout out to Ab for providing the house for us for Connected. And we got some great announcements even in that. Like, we're going to be doing some things with Serato, some things with Roland. And we got to hang out at NAMM.
We did, which we'll talk about in a minute.
We're talking about it in a minute. Also, too, for those of you who can't get on the laptop or anything, check in at our Google playlist and our I'm losing it, but our iTunes podcast. Yes.
It's hard to say.
It's hard to say. So, and
make sure you're looking at us on social media too. We are everywhere at IZConnected. That's Facebook, that's Twitter, that's what's that one with the pictures? That's Instagram.
Instagrammy.
Right? Instagram-y.
And also too, make sure you follow us on our own personal, which is always Cloie on Instagram, and I'm Iz_Avila on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. And yeah, it's a great way to keep up on our day-to-day movement, you know, see what we got going on day in, day out. Cloie had actually you had an audition last week.
On Monday. We were talking about it at the show.
And you actually
shot it. I got it and I shot it. I got it and shot it on Friday. And it was really fun. I love a night shoot just because everybody's defenses are down a little bit more. Right. And so it just gets silly at a certain point when everybody gets tired. Right. But it was really fun. And it looks like I'll get to do more with
That's dope. So and see, I think too, you know, another great reason for them to even follow us on our personal as well as IZConnected is that for moments like that, you know, when you're on set, when you're stepping into that audition and just the preparation and I think it's important for our viewers and our faithfuls to, you know, be able to access that information just to get a bird's eye view of what it actually looks like.
Yeah,
you know,
and here's the thing.
Cool.
I can make this I can vow to our Connected. I will tell you about the auditions. I'll even tell you when I don't get them because that's the reality of it for people that are in it, or, you know, I feel like that's a fair thing.
Absolutely.
It's not all gravy.
Absolutely.
It's mostly not gravy.
Right.
It's mostly like that tough, fatty part of the meat that nobody can chew through. Yeah. But you try to swallow because you don't want to be rude.
Right. And that's the reality. You know, that's just the nature of being in the business is it's a lot of no's before you get some yeses. You know, but that's what it takes. So on another note, we got some important announcements as far as our contest. I'm going to let you dive into that.
Okay, guys. I hope I hit the points. Just bear with me. So, basically, we've got endings and beginnings today. Our contest, this is your last chance to enter to win a 1-hour private consultation with these two jokers right here.
Jokers.
Two jokers.
Jokers.
You want to sign up at rrfedu.com/connected/CF sign up. And in this private 1-hour consultation, we can talk about anything you want. We can talk about the business. We can not talk about the business. We can talk about
our personal
food allergies.
Yeah,
we can talk about
which I do have some. I have some of those, but that's a whole nother show. Like connected food allergies, right? But go ahead. Don't let me interrupt you. Keep going. Keep telling about our
food allergies. So that's one contest. Today is the very last day to enter that, and we will be announcing that winner on next week's show. Next Monday is that the 30th.
Yeah, we're already moving into February.
Shnikes.
Yeah, it's going fast.
This is my birthday month, February. And so that's one contest.
Okay.
Now, the second contest,
which is a huge contest, by the way. So let's not I gotta get enthused about it. So go ahead.
Because it is, and we'll have more details about it later, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We are giving away a scholarship.
A scholarship. We're giving away. We're making it possible.
Giving away is free money, right?
Free opportunity.
Free opportunity. It's your chance to win a $10,000 full ride scholarship to Recording, Radio, or Film Connection.
And it's for boys too. I know we got a girl on our graphic.
Right.
But
it's for
boys too.
everybody.
It's for everybody.
It is not gender specific. Right? So more details to come. Stay tuned later in the episode. We will have more information for you.
Yes.
I think I hit all of the points. Oh, wait, you should also say the contest is not about your GPA, right? It's not it's
not about any of that.
It's not about anything like that. It's just like life. So it's like, I don't want to say the Hunger Games because I feel like, but kind of you got to get your grind on and show us how you get your grind on.
You got to show.
We're looking for the person that can demonstrate how taking one of these courses is going to benefit their life in the most amazing way.
And also the scholarship can be applied to any of the fields that the connection offers, which is film, radio, engineering, culinary. So it can be any of those facets of what you love and what you do. So definitely keep that in mind.
Right. But like I said, this is just a teaser.
Just a teaser.
This is just a light shimmy.
Yeah. So one of my favorite part of the shows, which we're getting ready to get into now, which is our jobs. Because like I said, this show is about jobs, guys. It's about getting you connected to the workplace. Okay. So before we get into our jobs, we like to tell them what to kind of get prepared, get your. I'll let you take it. Go.
Is this thing on? If you have a Like a Boss cup, you maybe want to grab it. Now's the time. Get your pens, get your pencils, get your device, if that's how you take notes. Get your mind right, get your heart open, grab some inspiration, because we're going to move through them.
We're going to move through them. And there's a lot of information for you to take down and cover for these jobs, okay? So, again, before we go into these jobs, keep in mind that we like to see what you guys are about as far as your resumes, your cover letters, your sizzle reels. So this all plays a huge part. It all works together. And if our team can help you navigate that, build it out, and properly prepare it, that's what we want to do. Shout out to the paper man on the left for dropping papers.
Howard!
So here we go. We're going to get into our first grind op of the day.
Howard's excited about that.
He's excited. So check it out. This is our first grind op. This is in the field of audio engineers and interns. This is in Baltimore.
Ow!
All right, Baltimore. Okay, here we go. Intern responsibilities include general setup of recording sessions, booking sessions, maintaining studio appearance, helping the studio maintain a great client relationship, no pay, just experience. Audio engineers' responsibilities include recording, editing, and mixing sessions, proper calibration and care of equipment, familiarity with both analog and digital consoles and outboard gear. Soldering knowledge is a plus. Now, here's what I can actually cover in just with my own personal experience.
Oh, we just did a tonal shift.
Yeah.
It just got real.
It got real.
I gotta chill.
Soldering in a studio environment is serious business. Like
mask and
like literally wires? Soldering wires. Like this is a process I've seen engineers and techs stay up all through the night doing. Because it's like one bad solder or cable in, like it's a wrap. So this is a very meticulous type of job detail. You know, anytime they're saying soldering knowledge is a plus, you definitely want to be able to know what you're doing because it's for real. Also, too, this is like a more of a tech type of job,
Yes,
right? Real techy, because
very
you know you're doing your calibration, equipment, the care of the equipment, meaning you know just the maintenance overall.
Right.
That's a huge responsibility, and also too you're going to be setting up sessions, so you're going to be dealing with you know maybe artists getting there early, you know bands or what have you. So you definitely want to just have a cool personality. And you definitely want to just be very inviting, okay? And you're also booking sessions, okay? So you got to know structure, daily structure, how to time things out. You know, some sessions run overtime.
Yep.
People, you know, when they call to see if your studio is available, they want to know how much your rates are. So you got to just be very up to speed on those details, because you don't want to overbook sessions. You don't want to cross sessions.
Sure.
You want to give enough time when a session's done to set up the next session coming in. That's usually you want to give yourself a 2-hour, 3-hour window just to make sure everything's cool.
Because musicians can be messy.
They can be messy and they can be late. 9 times out of 10
it's
they're
one
late.
or the other or
Okay?
both.
And also too, you know, you're going to be dealing with, you know, maintaining the relationships and clients. So, you know, all those things kind of you just want to be a cool cat. You know, I've met engineers, Cloie, that are kind of just like introverts, you know what I'm saying? Just
right.
but they're great at what they do, but their people skills suck.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? So I think with this particular grind up, you know, you definitely want to be cool, because that can lead to a paid gig.
And that's the thing. This is one of the things that I do love about this grind up is that they put it all up front.
They do.
There is no pay.
Yeah.
There is no pay. There's just experience.
And by the way, for those of you who are looking for jobs in here on Connected, this is actually the first job we've had that I know of that has listed no pay. Okay, so don't let this be a bummer or a reason why you don't take advantage of this opportunity and apply. But just keep in mind, look at these grind ops as ways to build other opportunities for yourself, because the great thing with a studio environment, you meet people.
You sure do.
You're going to meet the engineer in the next room. You're going to meet, you know, a band that might need a sound guy, and all those roles you can play, you know, which lead to other outlets.
I also want to say one thing real quick in relation to the whole payment thing, and that's, I don't believe in no pay. I believe there's always payment. It just may look a little different.
Right.
So to keep that in mind, if you are locked into the idea of a check or a dollar or whatever,
right,
then that's a different conversation. I totally respect it.
Right.
But we are always getting paid an experience, because we're always taking something from an experience so that we can apply it.
Absolutely.
Later in life.
Absolutely. So definitely keep that in mind. Again, that's out in Baltimore for all our engineers, aspiring engineers and interns. So definitely, you know, check that out. And again, these jobs, you can only apply for them through Connected, okay? Through Connected. And we'll be talking about other outlets that are going to be coming to you that are brand new, other platforms, which I'm super excited about. So now, before we get into Grind Up 2,
NAMM!
we get to talk about NAMM.
NAMM! And guys, nobody got NAMM-thrax. Not done.
I felt like I got
Canvas.
NAMM-thrax yesterday, because I was burnt yesterday. I was like, I'm in the bed. What movies can we, you know, I was fried.
Yeah, but were you like coughing and sneezing, and was it like the movie Outbreak? No.
Quarantine is. No, actually it wasn't. It was just more of a, you know, I just got to decompress.
A general malaise.
Yeah. So as you know, I mean, and you'll see in this video clip that NAMM was intense. It was like, and usually it seems like every year it just gets more intense, more intense. I've been coming to this thing since I was 8. You know what I'm saying? So just to see it now is like a whole nother monster. And you know, getting to just hang out with you for the day was great. It was pouring outside, so
guys,
we couldn't access the taco truck and none of that. But
I was so sad about not getting the tacos.
Not getting tacos, I know.
Do you know how sad about not getting?
Keep it together. Yes, Cloie was bummed. Because we had done so much walking by that time. We needed some fuel, and we were like, the taco truck was like. That was like the beaming light at the end of the tunnel.
It really
like,
was.
Let's get through this, Cloie, because we're going to get tacos.
I also just need to say that just getting to the NAMM, pardon the appearance, looking like a drowned, harassed rat for all of that, showed up like,
Yo, it was pouring. We were all drenched. And
it's like Forrest Gump.
What was funny is they're handing out raincoats after you done been in the rain already.
What's the point?
Right.
It's like, you got to be on camera now?
Right.
It's going to happen.
So overall, it was a great experience for us. So we actually have a video that the squad put together for you guys. Check this out. This is NAMM 2017, hanging out with me and Cloie. Check it out. 2017 is my lovely co-host.
I'm Wyatt Taylor.
And we're just happy to be here. We had a chance last year to pretty much walk the floor and interview tons of people. So I think this year we're gonna do a little different. I think we're just gonna more or less enjoy the NAMM, look at various products, a lot of companies that I work with.
Well, because he's connected.
So luckily we're indoors because it's pouring outside. And it's a zoo here, as you can see.
You know how they say it never rains in Southern California?
Man, it pours in Southern California. So there's something important that I want to make sure we talk about, which is our scholarship, which is coming up this Monday. And it's a full ride scholarship in any fields ranging from music, film, radio, and culinary. And we got a lot of folks who are signing up. You know, when I walk around here and I see musicians, songwriters, people who are just looking to get their foot in the door, I'm sitting here like, you know what? Me and Cloie are doing something really incredible. Because this is our community. This is what we do. And so I'm excited about that. I'm excited about being here at NAMM. I'm excited about the products that I've gotten to be a part of. Let's let's get into NAMM. Let's check it out.
I love it.
Just, let's
play.
see what they got cracking in. We had a good time. The foot traffic was real. Shout out to my man Lonnie too for putting together an amazing video for us and following us around with cameras and making it happen. We got a chance to hang out at Zoom, and that was really cool because I forget what show we were on, but this was a time where I was in Japan and I was working on a drum machine. So this year, you got to see what it actually was. She got to make a beat. I mean, it was cool. Like I was like, okay, Chloe's got some rhythm. All right, Chloe's making a beat.
That was I think the highlight for me at NAMM was the Zoom booth with your little machine.
Right, the ARC.
Oh man. Yeah. Oh man.
Cool little thing, and I think it's cool too for just for our viewers to see how it all comes to the end, which is the finish line when you take an idea and a concept and what that process looks like. So being able to tell that story, it was great. And shout out to Zoom for having me on board. Shout out to Scott Goodman. We actually interviewed we actually interviewed Scott Goodman at last year's NAMM, who's the president of Zoom. And I asked him a simple question. I said, when you're hiring somebody, what is the one thing you look for? And he was the cat that was like, I look to see if they can spell and write. That was what he said. So something to keep in mind, the fundamentals are extremely important. The ears, yeah. So we got to check out placement of stage monitor. Young cat, but just forward thinking.
Hungry,
I got a chance to hang out with my Roland Otto, and a chance to hang out with a good friend of mine, Phil Ovation, who's just you presidents you meet personally. Always making a point to go see because they're very much real people. And always a great time and great. I know Chloe had a good time. I had a good stuff. So.
It was. We were just out in full force.
100 miles and run. Here we go, guys. We're gonna move into grind op number 2. This is in the field of DJing. This is in Denver, Colorado. Now this is what I do. So I'm gonna have fun diving into this one. So here we go. This is a live DJ position for corporate events, shows, and similar productions. Candidate must have their own computer and software. All other equipment will be provided. Training provided. Interesting. Training, like DJ training? I'm not sure if that's okay, but
maybe it's more admin side.
Might be admin. Yes, it could be
DJ
that.
training. I don't think that's the thing.
Yeah, that's interesting. And also too, the Beat Junkies who just opened up a new. So we're actually, the Beat Junkies.
Can I learn?
You can learn. So here's what's their own computer and software prerequisite in this day and age. Tables and actual vinyl, like
to provide your own.
So the fact that this is in the lane on and how fast it's moved on, right? Because now you got to show up with they're saying you got to show up with your own computer and your software. So which is
on the
cool.
computer.
So this is definitely for those DJs who are definitely tech savvy in this world of DJing, who got your computer, got your iTunes library, got your crates. This could be a great opportunity for you. Again, this isn't be incorporated. The P words,
the C word,
the C word, so the B word. So
B-word.
Definitely something to keep in mind, because you can literally be playing one song and these words fly out, and next thing you know, you're getting sent home fast and in a hurry. So that's definitely something to keep in mind. I actually have to remind myself, Chloe, like when I'm doing certain gigs, dang, do I have enough clean verses? You have to take that into consideration.
But does it ever happen in the moment, like you're in the middle of?
Oh, it's happened to me. It's happened.
And you're like, oh, and you like get it in the nick
and
of
I'm
time.
like, oh, that one slipped. Yeah, it's happened to me. So that's why, like, if I do a club, I'm like, I don't care. Like, who's mad at curse words in the club?
Nobody.
Everybody's
a curse word.
But in this type of setting, it's definitely want to keep that in mind, and also too, you know what I'm saying? You got some, just some good old, P-Funk, just, group under a nation, you know what I'm saying? So you got to have, it ain't just going to always be hip-hop or rap or trap, you got to, it's like good in mind. And what I love about these type of gigs, you'll always get a card at the end. Are you available? How do I go about hiring? I got some, so these are great opportunities to lock.
I listen more to music when I go out in places to get that's all I wanted to say. So thank you.
So gentle and polite.
Thank you.
So another thing, you show up, plug in and play. Okay, so that was the last detail I want to make sure I brought up to you guys. That all you gotta do is show up with your computer. You don't gotta drag crates. You got your software, whether it's Tractor, Serato. Right. So again, that is a live. Before we move into Grind Out 3, what do we got?
Oh, we got one of our students got hired.
There we go. That's huge news for us.
Huge. It's in the newsletter.
It's in the newsletter.
Shout out to Lindsay Kappa,
Mm-hmm.
right? Dig it. Yes,
in Austin,
Mama.
Texas.
Yes.
She went to Recording Connection, Austin, Texas.
She just released her own EP called Worlds Collide. She wrote, she played on it, she sang, she engineered, and she produced it. And her mentor was Frenchie Smith. So mixer, engineer, and producer of Scorpions, Dirty River Boys, and so much other good stuff. Got her assistant engineer credit on some projects lined up, and
absolutely, we gotta applaud that, because that's what being able to make all that happen. And she's doing everything. She's mixed engineering. She's coming up with the content. Like, shout out to you.
Totally.
And you're
rrfe.com.
Hogging the show.
I will listen. This is called the captain's chair. There's two.
Hey, I like it when you're captain, though. I like it when you're captain. So go ahead.
So Grind Out number 3 is in the field of film, and it's for paid interns for feature film in Salem, Oregon. I should specify it's a horror feature film.
I love horror joints.
I do not. I will not watch it, but I support you fully. The job starts January 31st, and it lasts 3 weeks. They're seeking interns, and the deadline for applications is ASAP.
ASAP, folks. You got to be on it. Let's go. Let's apply.
Looking for Oregon locals. I always say Oregon locals only for special, flexible positions. On-set still photographer, behind-the-scenes producer, makeup and hair assistants, effects included with training. A set PA and crafty. Oh God, I love crafty. Feature film is shooting in Salem, McMinnville, Keyser, Silverton, and the Dallas area of Oregon. And it's a chance to work with the former president of the Writers Guild of America, and solid workers will receive a letter of recommendation from him and the line producer.
Dope.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's huge.
So we got to.
They say they're trained.
Now, special effects makeup, right? I think.
But sometimes they can be the same person. Would like to hire to get important. You have to feed them. Writers Guild.
That can come out of you might be.
I'm gonna tell you the power. So when we talk about, I am on a movie. Very again back to.
Oh, I like that. Would be an opportunity, a person you meet. You know, you got to look at those things as, you know, opportunities that ultimately, money does come into play. Just a form of getting to that next step. It's always about getting to that next step and getting to that next place of where you ultimately
talk about too. If you're showing up automatically with your hand out, like how much before anything is happening, you're asking how much I'm going to get paid. That's what I think.
Okay.
So I think that's all the points for this one, other than the fact they're hiring ASAP.
Right. So, and again, that's in Salem, Oregon. Okay.
Not Oregon.
Oregon. So before we go into grind out number 4, we got something we get to expand on a little more that we started off the show very excited about. And so I'm just going to jump into it, which is our 10K, 10,000 full ride scholarship in all the fields of recording, radio, film, connection. Okay, so boy, girl, it doesn't matter. Whoever, on how the scholarship, hashtag this is my classroom.
That's social.
It's important. All submissions got to be in by February 20th. Okay, in the next U.S. residents only. Now we say that because we have had some folks who have tuned in from other countries.
And thank you.
And hopefully the goal is to grow this step in mind. Okay, so let's tell them where they can sign up and make this happen.
At rrfedu.com/connected/scholarship sign up.
Okay, and keep in mind, make sure you jot that down because to obtain this $10,000 scholarship. Okay, now that's huge for us. I don't know too many organizations, institutions that are handling opportunities. So again, that's huge. Full ride. Okay.
Film.
Philly faithfuls tuning in this week. This is for you guys. This is in the field of film out in Philly. Seeking freelance videographer to shoot, edit, and deliver short-form video content with it. The candidate must be creative, versatile, and be knowledgeable on both branding and streetwear. Passion for the entertainment and fashion culture is a must. Must understand social media branding to be a key contributor to the brand's video strategy and video branding, especially when it comes to the film world, which is a huge part of even what I do. Yes, DJ, but at the end of the day, like, I'm a part of the culture. Like, I know the language. I can tell you what spots to go to. I can tell you what record can hit. I can tell you branding aspects of a product, puts it in a box, figures out a strategy, a marketing strategy, and goes to market. So all of those things are huge. Now, this is a videographer type of thing. So, some of the fundamentals of that obviously are being able to edit, deliver short videos, and and dealing with deadlines, And I'm sure, Chloe, I'm sure you can, just kind of dive in on even what deadlines look in your world and just the pressure, the preparation.
Real.
It's real, right?
I could dive in, but I don't think I need to. I think we all know. We've all experienced at some point missing a deadline.
We keep it. It's do I or should I? No, it's a must.
It's a done deal.
It's a done deal.
Wait, real quick before we move into put it in perspective.
Yep.
How you talk about, we now say, you don't say, hey, I need a tissue because it's cold. It's cold in here. My nose is running because it actually is. So I'm sorry. I have manners.
Mine is too hard.
I know.
All right,
we don't say, hey, I need a tissue. What do we ask for?
Kleenex.
That's a brand, right?
That's a brand.
Also, we don't say like, oh, I'm going to look something up on the interwebs. We say, oh, right?
Yeah. It's like when you say,
Nationwide.
There you go. So, and that's just, that's you love to do. And I think, especially where just the world is going, it's important to know those different aspects of whatever field you're in. You are a walking business. You're a walking brand. How well you tell your story, how well people perceive that story is part of the branding. And, here we got to grind on versatile, but you also got to have knowledge in branding, and streetwear. So they're even like nailing it down to streetwear. You know what I'm saying? So it's important for you to know those different aspects because it all plays into this position.
It's all saying the same
thing. And what I love about Philly, if you know Philly, I'm not even from Philly, but I know if I want to go get some gear, I'll know where to go. If I want to get the bomb Philly cheesesteaks,
hello,
I know where to go.
Oh,
So, you know, more importantly, you know, you should definitely have a well diverse, and you're going to be working closely with marketing and social media departments.
So you learn.
And learning the expectations of their particular direction. So information and then execute it is a big thing. So make sure you definitely, you know, you take those notes to mind and have before we're going into Grind Out 5.
I think I turned my page too soon. Hold on, where are we? Right here. Okay. Oh, another big one.
Oh, that was a big. Got the first.
Sure.
We had to flood and the different components to this actual platform and how it's all going to work, because what we do at Connected is special, right? And I always wanted to, you know, this ain't something where you find our jobs in the newspaper on Craigslist. This is what Connected is. So keeping that message intact was important for me, and we were able to build out something really cool, which will be introducing full steam next week. So
should we just roll the video?
Should we just roll the video? Let's roll the video.
Turn it up.
So that is an app now on Facebook's Messenger. Now let me tell you how it is. This is artificial intelligence. So we'll have what you're doing on Facebook. Meaning, if you're talking about music, it's gonna know your appetite for music. If you're a songwriter, if you're an aspirant, if you want to do film, and it's gonna automatically put you into our platform, which then you can see what jobs we're offering. It's gonna want to know what city you're from, and it's all interactive. So you got to put the information in, you know, and we'll have our own bot. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna see a little icon dude that's gonna be talking to you.
For those of you that are still confused as to what we're talking about launching next week is the IZConnected. With your name, price, and links of samples to your work to be included in the database.
And this is huge for you guys, okay? So make sure you get that to us. We want your name, we want your price, and we want your links and samples of your work. This is huge, okay?
Right.
So
the subject line, put Facebook in the subject line.
Make sure you put that. Again, this is a connected app for Messenger. So you'll be able to access what we do here at Connected just by a click of a button, okay? And it's going to take all your information. It's going to learn you. It's going to know what you want, what your appetite for is to get access to, okay? So huge announcement. Team, can we get some extra class? App, which will be definitely, again, to us. So here we are.
Questions in, guys. Get your questions in.
Q&A. That's my favorite part. So get your Q&A together. We want to be able to dive into these questions.
We also need to say real quick, these are not just we have 6 more jobs on our website. So, you know, today, what do we have right now? It's jobs it's on-air radio jobs in D.C. and Tampa. We got a live sound engineer in Jacksonville, Florida, and multiple chef positions in the Pacific Palisades.
All right, so here we go. This is Grind Out number 5. This is in the field of film. Again, another Cloie world. This is assistant to the producer in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Film production searching for a strong assistant to the producer. Strong knowledge of Final Cut Pro is a plus. Video or still photography knowledge is a must. Knowledge of Mac computers is required. Must be able to travel out of state, mostly on weekends during the months of February. Say goodbye to your weekends. March and April, okay? So you're going to be traveling through March and April. Travel dates will be given a minimum of 2 weeks prior to travel.
Which is great.
Which is great. And this sounds like a cool gig, right? You get to travel and you get to work alongside of the producer. Now, what do some of these producers' roles look like? What's their day-to-day? Like, what is that like, Chloe?
Well, I think it depends on whether or not you're working for a project. Periods of absolute chaos. Go for this, go for that.
Yep.
Right? The size of the project, organizational skills are going to be a must. And talk about sometimes with the head of the curve as opposed to tell you what to do.
Now, I'm sure you've seen Final Cut Pro being used.
To know it itself, to know Final Cut Office
Pretty
Suite.
much.
I think it's that's a given now, or at least definitely that's oftentimes what people's minds go to when that is a divided world, PC or Mac. It's good to know both.
Right, I agree. I you know, and what comes with the road, right? What comes with that particular, all those things. So again, now keep in mind, like Cloie just closed, 5 more grind ops. you.com/connected. You'll see everything.
Pop that into the. So before we move into our Q&A, we have our beloved Hard Knock section. Right?
Oh, dope! So we got. It was a long day that day, and just it always like when I get done. Okay, because we talked about so much. So these School of Hard Knocks videos are just the real shit. You know what I'm saying? The real conversations, the real details of how it is. Well, for some engineers or other folks that, kind of maybe said a little too much. Kind of videos where I'm dropping some science on you guys, all right? So, one of the things that was interesting to me that I personally experienced, okay? Now we're talking traditional teacher, and I come in, help. By no means do I just come in and be a fly on the wall. Music room, vibe out, check it out. Teacher comes to me, hey, office principal, how you do things here, and see how, chill out. Oh, okay. Songwriter, producer. Do you read? And I don't read. You see how you do it. Yeah, great, well done. We have Q&A. Stuck on that. From somebody wrote the same. I said, now the ability. You can't be taught it, but I can go for this. You have to be able to articulate. I wish it doesn't mean I can't inspire. Going through the institutional process, this happens. Of our videos. That day was cool, man, because it was like the real nuts and bolts of some of the real,
Because there's 2 different worlds. Yes, there's overlap, sure, but like.
So, outside a huge part of the show and favorite part of it. Pick your brain. You get to pick art.
You have some people that are out of the country. Oh. Hello, I'm Cloie. This is it.
Really means a lot, and it lets us know like we're.
The question about the scholarship now. We're working on expansion. Our container's getting bigger. And I think the big question that people have in terms of the scholarship is they already did the course or another course, right? So
these courses are radio, film, engineering, some options, So
they are
tuning in on our Google.
Oh, they might
scroll here and see if we've out to Leah, Jordan.
We have one. I think it's at the bottom. You see the little dot. Something good all day.
Actually, next week I'm gonna hey, when are we? I'm gonna make it a point next week that shout out to Henry Mason. Man, if you got a little bit of time, so we can get into.
Or we can just sit quietly and stare at you. Still staring.
Okay. Well, if that's, I hope that, maybe they don't,
let's bullet point the high, like what last day consult. That's the last step.
Start of, I think you need to get in Plation, connected messenger to that.
Booked it. Lindsay on our newsletter. Mason, Manolo, Desiree. Guys, hashtag connected.
I want to remind you guys, ThisIsConnected. _Avila for mine the week. Again, don't forget to tag that. We also want you to this is
what's
class.
Yours?
To our
Michael.
Forward to seeing you next week. Catch us here every Monday. It's been great, y'all. Tuesday, so we got to get moving. We got to have a great week. Love y'all. Catch you on the next one. Peace. Another Cloie world. This is assistant to the producer in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Film production searching for a strong assistant to the producer. Strong knowledge of Final Cut Pro is a plus. Video or still photography knowledge is a must. Knowledge of Mac computers is required. Must be able to travel out of state, mostly on weekends during the months of February. Say goodbye to your weekends. March and April, okay? So you're going to be traveling through March and April. Travel dates will be given a minimum of 2 weeks prior to travel. Which is great. And this sounds like a cool gig, right? You get to work alongside a day. Like, what is that like, Cloie?
Well, I think it depends on whether or not you're working for a project. Periods of absolute chaos. Go for this, go for that.
Yep.
Right? The size of the project, organizational skills are going to be a must. And talk about sometimes with the head of the curve as opposed to tell you what to do.
Now, I'm sure you've seen Final Cut Pro being used.
Know it self. To know Final Cut Office
Pretty
Suite.
much.
I think that's a given
Yeah.
now, or at least to know definitely that's oftentimes what people's minds go to when that is a divided world, PC or Mac, PC or Mac. It's good to know both.
Right, I agree. I you know, and what comes with the road, right? What comes with that particular, all those things. So again, now keep in mind, like Cloie just closed, 5 more grind ops. you.com/connected. You'll see everything.
Pop that into the. So before we move into our Q&A, we have our beloved Hard Knock section. Right?
Oh, dope! So we got. It was a long day that day, and just it always like when I get done. Okay, because we talked about so much. So these School of Hard Knocks videos are just the real shit. You know what I'm saying? The real conversations, the real details of how it is. Well, for some engineers or other folks that kind of maybe said a little too much. Kind of videos where I'm dropping some science on you guys. All right. So, one of the things that was interesting to me that I personally experienced. Okay, now we're talking traditional teacher, and I come in, help. By no means do I just come in and be a fly on the wall. Music room, vibe out, check it out. Teacher comes to me, hey, office principal, how you do things here, and see how, chill out. Oh, okay. Songwriter, producer. Do you read? And I don't read. You see how you do it. Yeah, great, well done. We have Q&A. Stuck on that. From somebody wrote the same. I said, now the ability. You can't be taught it, but I can go for this. You have to be able to articulate. I wish it doesn't mean I can't inspire. Going through the institutional process, this happens. Of our videos, that day was cool, man, because it was like the real nuts and bolts of some of the real,
Because there's 2 different worlds. Yes, there's overlap, sure, but like.
So, outside a huge part of the show and favorite part of the show. Pick your brain. You get to pick our.
You have some people that are out of the country. Oh, hello! I'm Cloie. This is it.
Really means a lot, and it lets us know like we're.
The question about the scholarship now. We're working on expansion. Our container's getting bigger, and I think the big question that people have in terms of the scholarship is they already did the course or another course, right? So
these courses are radio, film, engineering, some options, So
they are
tuning in on our Google.
They might
scroll here and see if we've out to Leah. Jordan.
We have one. I think it's at the bottom. You see the little dot. Something good all day.
Actually, next week I'm gonna hey, when are we? I'm gonna make it a point next week that I'll shout out to Henry Mason. Man, if you got a little bit of time, so we can get into.
Or we can just sit quietly and stare at you. Still stare.
Okay. Well, if that's, I hope that, maybe they don't,
let's bullet point the high, like what last day consult. That's the last step.
Start of, I think you need to get in Plation, connected messenger to that.
Booked it. Lindsay on our newsletter. Mason, Manolo, Desiree. Guys, hashtag connected.
I want to remind you guys, ThisIsConnected. _Avila for mine the week. Again, don't forget to tag that. We also want you to this is
what's
class.
Yours?
To our
Michael Dennis.
It's a team. Our host D. Forward to seeing you next week. Catch us here every Monday. It's been great, y'all. Tuesday, so we got to get moving. We got to have a great week. Love y'all. Catch you on the next one. Peace. Great, well done. We have Q&A. Stuck on that. Somebody wrote the same. I said, now the ability. You can't be taught it, but I can go for this. You have to be able to articulate. I wish it doesn't mean I can't inspire. Going through the institutional process, this happens. Of our videos, that day was cool, man, because it was like the real nuts and bolts of some of the real,
Because there's 2 different worlds. Yes, there's overlap, sure, but like.
So, outside a huge show and you get to pick our.
You have some people that are out of the country. Oh, hello! I'm Cloie. This is it.
Really means a lot, and it lets us know like we're.
The question about the scholarship now. We're working on expansion. Our container's getting bigger. And I think the big question that people have in terms of the scholarship is they already did the course or another course, right? So
These courses are radio, engineering, some options, you know. So
They are
tuning in on our Google.
Oh, they might
Scroll here and see if we've out to Leah,
make to or
Jordan.
we have one. I think it's
Bottom.
at the bottom. You see the little dot. Something good all day.
Actually, next week I'm gonna this. You know, hey, when are we? I'm gonna make it a point next week that I'm. Shout out to Henry
Beaver.
Mason.
Aw.
Man, if you got a little bit of time, so we can get into.
Or we can just sit quietly and stare at you. Still stare.
Okay. Well, you know, if that's I hope that you know maybe they don't maybe we
Let's bullet point the high. Like what last day consult.
Yep.
That's the last step.
start of think you need to get in Platchen, connected messenger for to that.
Check.
Yep.
Booked it. Lindsay on our newsletter. Mason, Manolo, Desiree. Guys, hashtag
Yes.
connected.
I want to remind you guys, ThisIsConnected, as _Avila from mine the week. Again, don't forget to tag that. We also want you to
That's
yeah,
right.
this is
What's
class.
yours?
To our
Michael Dinner.
It's a team. Our host, D. Forward to seeing you next week. Catch us here every Monday. It's been great, y'all. Tuesday, so we got to get moving. We got to have a great week. Love y'all. Catch you on the next one. Peace.
Check now. We're working on expansion. Our container's getting bigger. And I think the big question that people have in terms of the scholarship is they already did their course.
Engineering, some options, you know. So
They are
tuning in on our Google.
Oh, they might
Scroll here and see if we've out to Leah,
make to or
Jordan.
we have one. I think it's
Bottom.
at the bottom. You see the little dot. Something good all day.
Actually, next week I'm gonna this. You know, hey, when are we? I'm gonna make it a point next week that I'm. Shout out to Henry
Beaver.
Mason.
Aw.
Man, if you got a little bit of time, so we can get into.
Or we can just sit quietly and stare at you. Still stare.
Okay. Well, you know, if that's I hope that you know maybe they don't maybe we
Let's bullet point the high. Like what last day consult.
Yep.
That's the last step.
start of think you need to get in Platchen, connected messenger for to that.
Check.
Yep.
Booked it. Lindsay on our newsletter. Mason, Manolo, Desiree. Guys, hashtag
Yes.
connected.
I want to remind you guys, ThisIsConnected, as _Avila from mine the week. Again, don't forget to tag that. We also want you to
That's
yeah,
right.
this is
What's
class.
yours?
To our
Michael Dinner.
It's a team. Our host, D. Forward to seeing you next week. Catch us here every Monday. It's been great, y'all. Tuesday, so we got to get moving. We got to have a great week. Love y'all. Catch you on the next one. Peace. Our host, D. Forward to seeing you next week. Catch us here every Monday. It's been great, y'all. Tuesday, so we got to get moving. We got to have a great week. Love y'all. Catch you on the next one. Peace.